Hi there, families. I'm Maura Crisp. I'm your student's teacher this year, and I'm really excited to be in my second year of teaching at Kitsap Lake Elementary. This will actually be my 16th year of teaching total. I have a little bit of an interesting background. When I was growing up, I was also in the first highly capable cohort in my school district. That was like maybe a million years ago. That's where I met my husband. He was my high school sweetheart, and we have two boys that are in their 20s. I also owned restaurants with my husband. He's a classically trained French chef. That is why I am not the most svelte teacher. Lucky that I get to eat really well at home these days. My background in education has also been varied. I started in the fourth grade. I've taught fourth and fifth in the classroom, and I have been a literacy coach, an instructional specialist, an international baccalaureate coordinator was my last job, and we moved to Bremerton just a few years ago. And when I heard that there was a job in the highly capable program, I jumped at it. I have always had the highly capable cluster in my classroom, and I love and am so proud of the program that we have built here at Kitsap Lake. So thank you for trusting me with your child. Let's talk about teaching during this time. You're my teaching partner, and bless you. I can't imagine what you are going through every day with your kids. I am so proud and just have so much gratitude for you and the time that you're investing in your kids and the grace that you are giving me. I got a chance to meet most of you the other day when you were picking up your bags of materials. It was so good to see kids' faces in person. I want to remind you that your first job is to just be family. I don't want any of the activities or the learning that we're doing in class to stress you out, cause massive kerfluffles at home. Your relationship with your child is the most important thing. If you get to the point in the lessons where you and your kids are getting frustrated, drop it. Nothing is as important as your relationship with your child. Give me a call, email me, I will get on Zoom and we will figure it out together. All right. That brings me to, what should your kid be doing every day? I'm going to walk you through that. So this is my weekly slide deck. I have been editing this and trying to pare it down so that it is as useful and navigatable as is possible for you. Please don't hesitate to give me any constructive criticism or any ideas that you have that will help it be more useful for you and your family. So the front of the deck is just list the days of the week. You can click on any of these and it'll take you right to the Wednesday agenda. So whatever day you click on, it takes you right to that agenda. On the second page, this is a page that I have revamped. Let me move my face here. This has the links to our meetings on it. We have 2 synchronous meetings every day, except Wednesday. That's been a bit of an issue. No meetings live on Wednesdays. I am in professional development for most of the day on Wednesdays, so I won't be quite as in connection with you during the middle of the day, but I will check my messages and my email, and I will get back to you if you have any burning questions. So our morning Zoom meet is from 9:30 to 10:20. That is listed as a small group meeting, and right now we're using that to do iReady assessment. Many kids are already done with our iReady assessment. If your child is done, I will have emailed you. If I haven't emailed you, they need to show up at the small group meeting. We also have a second synchronous meeting every day except Wednesday at 1 o'clock. That's whole group. That focuses mainly on social emotional learning. We try to have fun. We try to build a classroom community, and you'll see us doing a varied amount of things in that meeting. I try to incorporate a lot of movement, but some days you'll see us editing our morning message. Some days we will be playing games. Some days we will be doing an investigation in math. Some days it might be a science chat. Please encourage your child to be present, meaning sitting up and watching the video screen and not having any outside distractions so that they can really communicate with their friends. All right, the other thing on this slide is the who's in the small group. So after iReady testing is done, you will find a list of when your student is going to be in the small group. It may be 1 day a week or more. That is a flexible time for me to meet with kids to meet their individual needs. Over here is my office hours. I have designated office hours from 3 to 3:30, and there's a multitude of ways you can get a hold of me. You can email me. There's my email. The kids should message me through Clever, and that's the only place. They've been leaving lots of comments all around our Google Classroom, but I may not see those because sometimes they get buried in the classwork. So they should be messaging me only through Clever. Adults, you can message me through the Remind app or email, whichever one is better for you. There is a 24/7 Flipgrid. The kids can leave that for me. That's only for non-emergency things or if they just feel like talking and want to share. And like I said, anytime you need help with the school part of things, let me know. We will set up a Zoom meeting and I will walk either you or your kid or both of you together with whatever issue it is that you're having. All right, the next slide in our slide deck is our specialist links. Here is PE, music, a read aloud from a librarian-like person, and then I always include a fun art lesson. The next slide is your social studies and science. Right now, that is just a choice board with some really interesting links on it. I try to mix it up and speak to some of their interests. Down here in the corner, you'll notice a little axolotl. We have a class pet. Her name's Coral. She's a pink axolotl, looks almost just like that. She's currently living in my basement in the laundry room, but hopefully she'll be able to come back and be in class with us someday. The next slide, a memo about social studies and science. Starting mid-October, we will actually require 1 social studies and 1 science activity a week. More information to come on that. For now, just let them explore. The next slide is called Something Amazing. This is something I put together and the kids love it every year. If you have a link to Something Amazing, please send it my way. I include weird opera things and dances and strange fidget material. I mean, you name it, it goes on here if it's amazing. So please share your ideas with me. All right, the next slide gets to our agenda. So every day we have a quick agenda. This is a check sheet of all the things your student should be doing during the day. The ones that are most important are the check-in in the morning between 8 and 8:30. If they can go to Google Classroom and complete their check-in, that helps me know that they are here and that they're present. Then we have that small group time at 9:30. And the most important thing are these reading, writing, and math sections right here. I have corralled all of the reading, writing, and math into 3 separate online journals. So just imagine it as kind of a digital journal for your students' work. And the way that's going to work is, I always have a weekly greeting. This week, it was explaining how to do this new slide deck. Your student will go to this page which says Reading, Writing, and Math on Monday. All they have to do is click one of the icons and it'll take them to Google Classroom. That's where their assignments all show up. Let's see if it opens. So this is what your child's Google Classroom looks like. I hope each of you have answered the email. I sent out an email link. Unfortunately, parents don't have access to their child's Google Classroom. You do have a parent account if you sign up. And what that does is it lets you see, I believe they send out a message on Friday that shows you what they have completed and what they have not completed. Unfortunately, though, there is no adult view, even for me, of the kids' view. So what they should be doing every day is opening up their Clever account. That is their portal to everything. And then they'll go to Google Classroom. They'll do their morning check-in, and then they can start working on their lessons. The way that Google Classroom is organized, there's something called the stream. This is just messages that I leave for kids. It's kind of a daily thing that they should just look. It's not every day that I leave a message, but it's where we keep communication going. Then there's the classwork tab. At the top, we have some items here that'll stay there all year. We have a student art gallery that we're working on getting it up and running. The kids can post their work there and comment on each other's artwork. These are our digital behavior expectations. This is something I would encourage you to go over with your child. We're doing really great during our Zoom meetings. Our kids are really engaged. They're highly active. But these are some community guidelines that we have agreed upon for our meetings together and for safety online. This is a tech how-to binder. This is a gem. This is a digital online journal or binder that has all the information. I'm not sure who this teacher is, but I need to give her $1 million raise, because if you need to find out anything about, let's say, Google Classroom, there you go. It's right there with multiple videos and tips. If you want to know about Google Slides and how to add rectangles or how to put a table or put some word art in, go to this slide. Alrighty, and these are my 24/7 office hours. That's that Flipgrid thing that I told you about. I do have a weekly class chat. The kids are loving this. It kind of puts everybody in one spot for their chats because they were talking to each other on lots of different documents. This is their daily check-ins. There's a daily check-in every day. Some days it will be a editing material. Some days it will be a math challenge, but they always give me a reading check-in and tell me how many pages they have read. I expect 20 pages or 20 minutes minimum every day. And then there's a little social emotional check-in. So I just have kind of my hand on the pulse of the class, if you will, and how they are doing that day. So check-ins are important for them to do. And then you'll see the week of work. So this week is week 4, and these are our read alouds. Here are the student lessons, and then you'll see the daily reading, writing, and math journal right there. If I have separate assignments, like in ReadWorks, you will see them down here as well. I try not to put too much in the assignment list because it gets really overwhelming for the children. If you'd like to see what a reading journal looks like, when your kids are working through their journals, they're sequential, just like the daily schedule. So you'll have a weekly greeting and our focus. So these are the standards or the ICANN statements that we're working on. You'll get a message from me and sometimes a little helpful to do video. Then you have your Monday reading tasks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different things that they get to do. Reading their chapter book every day. That's the bedrock of everything. Then they're going to complete the reading lesson on the next page, which is here. This one, the instructions are right here, and then there's a video that they're going to watch, and then they're going to answer questions on this page. Going back to that slide, all right, we've got the ReadWorks article a day. It's a very short article. It builds background knowledge for children, which is one of the biggest indicators of kids understanding what they read, being better writers, and doing well in college and beyond. Having background knowledge lets kids attach their things to their schema and helps them think more about their world. So that's a quick article that they will read, and there's a place where they will respond to the class book of knowledge. Then they go to the next slide, which is blue. Those are our Greek and Latin roots. On Mondays, they have 2 slides because the first one just tells you what the roots are, and the second one is an activity slide. Then they get to listen to our read aloud. That's one of my favorite things to do. And they go ahead and there's Tuesday, and it just rolls like that. The last thing I want to tell you about is the Clever Classroom. This is how they access Google Classroom. Everything our kids do goes through Clever. When they open it up, it'll look kind of like this. There's a district page. They'll want to check out the mCrisp page. This is where they access things like Khan Academy for their math lessons. If they want to play chess, this is where they do their extra math practice. I know they love playing Prodigy together. And then when they do their iReady lessons, this is where they will go for their iReady lessons. So that is how you're going to manage the online component of the year. Let me see. All work is posted Friday at 5 p.m. You should expect a family letter from me Friday evening as well. That will have an attachment of the weekly agenda. And all your work is due not the following Sunday, but the Sunday after that. Kids have 10 days to do their assignments. You don't have to do all the assignments on the days that they are assigned. If you want to get a head start and do them Saturday, Sunday, and then take a couple of days off because you have a family emergency, or perhaps you have a little trip or something, or you get sick, fine. If you are taking some time off, or your child is not going to be here because they are ill, please call the office. It's the same as it would be during a normal school year. The way that I take attendance is through kids joining a Zoom, doing their daily work, and through this Clever app, because it shows me when kids sign on and are working. So if they do any of those things, they are counted as being here. All right. You did get a materials bag from me. Nothing really fabulous in there yet. They do have one of their Junior Great Books workbooks in there, and we will be starting working in that in the next few weeks. I'm very excited for the Highly Capable projects this year. We have built really great projects. The history of this program has been really engaging kids in our community and building their interest areas. And this year, with this climate that we're dealing with, we have come together and we're planning monthly experiences for the students so that they can have some really fun creative outlets for their learning. The first one will be the Creativity Project. That's a classic project for the Highly Capable program. It's going to be a little bit different this year, but I think you'll enjoy it just as much. So keep your eyes open for some info on that. We will also have monthly projects together, and then we're going to be doing some independent study through Renzulli online. This is a really neat outlet for kids to do personal research projects and follow their passions. So I'm looking forward to introducing you to that at the end of October. That's about it. Again, I really appreciate your partnership. I'm proud of you for the hard work that you're putting in, for all the patience that you have for your kids. And please let me know if there's anything I can do to support you. And I just look forward to getting to know you better this year. Have a good evening.